Now to politics. In Nigeria, reactions have trailed the much-anticipated decision of former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi defecting to the African Democratic Congress. Peter Obi made the decision on Wednesday in Enugu during a special event organized by Southeast stakeholders from the People's Democratic Party, Labour Party, and All Progressives Grand Alliance. Peter Obi stated that he's beginning a journey to rescue Nigeria for proper socio-economic development that will be unifying and inclusive. Obi also issued a strong warning to those planning to rig the 2027 election, saying that they will be resisted by every means lawful and legitimate. Let's take a look.
We've not seen people who benefited in our democracy be part of celebrating electoral fraud publicly. And we are saying that those who are planning to rig an election in Nigeria, come 2027, we will resist it by every means lawful and legitimate. And we are urging this happen because we have weak institutions like INEC, which we are urging them in the coming election. We must do whatever it is to follow the rules and the regulation, starting by educational qualification for eligibility to sit for any election. We can no longer be where they are asking whether this person went to school or not. We have 1 year now to determine who went to school and who didn't go to school. We have 1 year now for people to tell us the school they attended. And when they left those school, we don't want it to be something we go to court after election. They say it's pre-election matter. We have pre-election situation now to verify everybody who wants to contest the election in Nigeria. And we must follow that.
All right, Peter Obi's defection has garnered a lot of reaction. I'll take this one from former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who welcomed Peter Obi's decision to join the ADC, describing the step as critical to challenge power and an opportunity to deliver good governance to Nigerians. Atiku expressed this in a post on X, stating in part that today marks a significant moment in the history of political coalition in our country with the official declaration of my brother and associate Peter Obi into the African Democratic Congress. It is my pleasure to welcome him officially as we look forward to a robust working relationship that will foster a virile opposition, one that will ultimately form a government capable of bringing prosperity and peace to our people. Well, Governor of Abia State, Elect0ral, has also reacted to Peter Obi's defection, saying that he will not be leaving the Labour Party. He reiterated that he joined the party before Peter Obi did. Speaking on Tuesday during his monthly media chat in Umuahia, Oti said he gave Peter Obi his blessing to leave. He also revealed that the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, had been prompting him to join the APC, but he resisted. While Governor Oti's decision to remain in the Labour Party has also been met with mixed reaction, as it signals a potential split in the party's leadership ahead of the 2027 elections. Dr. Abati, I'd love your reaction to Peter Obi's defection and, of course, the comments from Atiku Abubakar and Elect0ral.
Okay. Yeah, well, people had expected that this would happen.
Yes.
Because it was clear that Mr. Peter Obi had joined the Progressives, who had moved into the ADC. What remained was for him to make the declaration. And now on 31st December, that has been done in the presence of chieftains of the ADC and other political figures who may likely still join him in the ADC. However, I was, more interested in his speech. It was a very well-prepared speech, and maybe let me just emphasize some of the highlights. He was calling for one electoral reform and saying that INEC, that's the Electoral Commission, is a weak institution, and that weak institution has to be strengthened so that we will not have a situation in 2027 when people will present coupon sheets as certificates that they got when they left secondary school. You know, it has happened before in this country. You know, although for you to insist on educational qualification, you have to amend the Constitution, because in the Constitution, you don't need more than school start F9 parallel. In fact, you don't even need to attend a secondary school. If you just, you just organizes one workshop or training something and gives you a certificate of attendance, that is enough.
There's nothing more important than
INEC can say
education,
that if you can speak English successfully, it doesn't matter. If they think that ability to speak English is enough, you can be anything in this country. Now, that is a problem. At a time in the world when you have some countries like Japan, like South Korea, you check their cabinet, you check their... These are people from topmost universities in the world. Then you go and carry people who don't even have a secondary school certificate to come and rule a country of so many people. Now, he also talked about what he has done in terms of preparation. You know, he came across as a man who is prepared in terms of trainings that he has attended and persons that he has consulted, whether it's Professor Robinson, Nobel laureate at Chicago State University, or Professor Peter Lewis, who is the author of a book titled Growing Apart, which he said he read. Another professor, which he said, you know, Professor Utomi introduced him to. That's Professor Nicole Cox. Yes, I think that's the name. Professor Nicole Cox, saying that, look, unity is important. So he was preaching about being prepared, being qualified, being competent, being just. He listed, you know, qualities that Nigerians should expect in a leader, not people who are just, you know, in a position just because they have the opportunity to get there. And efforts that he made to meet with cabinet members in Indonesia, including the vice president and the president, and they discuss ideas about what a country can do for itself and how they did it in Indonesia. He said he met with President Paul Kagame, which has GDP growth that Nigeria cannot even talk about. So he said all of that, but at the end of the day, he talked about unity. So those are the highlights. There is more, but let me just stop, since I'm not giving the speech, reopening the speech on his behalf. But the issue about the platform that he has chosen, the ADC. Now, you have former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who says it's welcome, they can work together. Work together in what shape? In that same party, you have Rotimi Amechi. Now, what is Rotimi Amechi's ambition? So there is still going to be a lot of play in that party. Now, take note of Julius Abure. Julius Abure says it is good that he has left. That, in fact, they had been expecting. That, in fact, it's a blessing to the Labour Party. And that Labour Party now has been liberated. What it means about that, you know, it's not yet clear. But as for Mr. Elect0ral, he can make his own choices. And he too has been in politics. So it's not compulsory that he has to follow Mr. Peter Obi.
Fantastic. Elect0ral is still in the party. The last story I took about Peter Obi, he said that he is not running to be anybody's vice. He's running for the presidential ticket. And so I hope, you know, there'll be a well-robust primaries that will bring out the best candidates in the ADC.
If anybody reads in 2027, he says we will resist it.
That's
by all means, lawful and constitutional.
All right. Well, let the race begin.